Kylian Mbappe broke all the transfer records when he signed for PSG. When he signed for the French Giants, he was worth around $83 million per year, and that came with a bonus of $125 million while signing. While into the sixth season with the club, it seems as if all of the money that PSG decided to pour into this French superstar might not have been worth it, as he wants to walk away from the club. And that too, without Mbappe winning the Champions League. Being surrounded by other greats such as Messi and Neymar, and living in a city that glitters as much as Paris, is many a footballer's dream. But what has happened that makes Mbappe want to leave this giant of a club? A few broken promises? Talks in the footballing world have it that Mbappe didn't want to play as a lone striker at PSG. It was a tactic that was played by Pochettino while at the club. But with a managerial change at PSG, Mbappe hoped for changes. When at Monaco, Mbappe, along with Falcao, tore up the defenses as he burst past the defensive lines. So Mbappe wanted to play in a 4-4-2 system, but that didn't happen. Even after Christophe Gauthier joined PSG, Mbappe is playing in a 3-4-3 system with Messi and Neymar in the sides assisting a central Mbappe. This has not gone down all that well with Mbappe. The other thing that made it impossible for the 4-4-2 system to be followed was a lack of a quality centre-back at PSG. With Thiago Silva leaving and Sergio Ramos past his prime, a quality centre-back is not something that PSG has. Yes, they signed quality fullbacks, but without the signing of quality centre-backs, PSG might be found exposing the same defensive frailties they always had. And this is not something that has impressed Mbappe. Relations with Neymar. It has been known for quite some time now that Neymar and Mbappe have trouble seeing each other in the eye, with difficulties deciding the priorities about which of these two superstars takes the penalty kick. Some people speculated that this was evidence of the cold relations between them. And there was also the instance when Neymar walked out of an interview when asked about his relations with Mbappe. It was widely believed before the start of the season that Mbappe wanted Neymar sold, but that has his own problems. When Neymar left Barcelona to join PSG, it was believed that he wanted to get out of Messi's shadow in Barcelona. But he didn't achieve the great heights that were expected of him. And with injuries that often befall him, selling Neymar might not be that easy. And that too when he was brought at a price of over $200 million. Cementing his legacy. Mbappe has won what many people believe to be the ultimate glory of all football competitions, the World Cup. And he did that when he was a teenager. With memorable goals against Argentina and the eventual runners-up, Croatia, in the final, Mbappe was the most talked-about rising talent in football back in 2018. But a person who has seen so much already did not come close to achieving the same heights when it came to club football. Champions League is the jewel of club football, and this has forever eluded Mbappe. Even with Messi and Neymar by his side, it doesn't seem as if PSG is capable of lifting the trophy. One of the glaring examples of this was when they blew a 2-0 advantage over Madrid last season. Although Madrid won the game in the second half in staggering fashion, PSG's loss didn't come across as a surprise to many pundits of the game. Perhaps it seems to Mbappe as if PSG are cursed not to win this elusive title, no matter how much money they pump into this club. Competition from Holland. One of the constant allegations against PSG and the French league in general is that there is no charm to their football. Yes, there might be great superstars in some of the clubs in France, but it doesn't quite capture the imagination of the footballing world as much as the English game or the Spanish game does. Take the example of Erling Haaland. Despite being talked about as a generational talent while at Dortmund, Haaland seems to have gotten greater wings to push him to the greatest heights after he joined City. He might just break the English game's many records. And although Manchester City was also accused of being a club like PSG, a club which was more rooted in money than in football, collecting 4 titles in the past 5 seasons is making Manchester City more like the legendary Ferguson's Manchester Reds. So Mbappe might be looking to go to a club that is trying to carve history, like City. Or maybe his options would be to go to a legendary club like Real Madrid or Bayern or even Liverpool, where he catches the eye of the footballing world much as Haaland does. Clubs that Mbappe wants. Well, PSG might be standing at the top of the League One table now, 5 points clear of the second-placed Lens, but simply securing domestic titles is not what PSG is hoping for. They are looking for the Champions League, and so is Mbappe. But with many defensive frailties and an unwillingness to sign a world-class coach that might take them to the crown, Mbappe is not quite happy with the way things are right now. Besides, it also makes sense to appreciate some criticisms about PSG in general, that there are too many superstars there. And we know how even the Galacticos struggled to win as many championships as it was expected out of them. So Mbappe might want to join a club with the aura of Real Madrid or Liverpool. These clubs have a rich history of Champions League nights and are in want of a player like Mbappe. Let's see how the January transfer window pans out.